Good evening, folks. Don Tyson, Blake Perryman, coming to you from the Route 66 Coliseum in Stroud, Oklahoma. First round of the area consolation tournament today. Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs taking on the Earlsboro Lady Wildcats in a beautiful gymnasium here in Stroud, Oklahoma. You can probably see on the camera today what a beautiful venue it is. We're sitting high atop the back row of seating, so you're going to have a pretty bird's eye view on your camera angle today. Hope you enjoy that. Thanks for joining us, folks. Appreciate you being with us tonight. Hope you enjoy the broadcast of another Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustang basketball game as they make their march towards the big house that will be played next week. So we got to win 3 games this week. They won 3 last week, and looking forward to 3 this week. We'll bring in my partner Blake Perryman. Blake, I know you rode up here today on the bus with the team. How's everybody feeling today?
Well, I'll tell you what, whenever you get a chance to play on in the area tournament and go play some teams, especially teams you wouldn't ordinarily play in the regular season, you're going to be fired up. And I can already tell you, this Lady Mustangs team has made it much further than a lot of people would have thought. And just to do that in itself is pretty impressive. And now that they're here, you know, I'm sure they're taking in the moment and knowing that, sure, this is a do-or-die game, but let's also play and have fun. Because if you can get caught up in the moment and not play, you know, just wouldn't necessarily say fold underneath the pressure, but you can come out here and be in the moment and have fun.
I spoke to Mr. Biddy briefly before the contest today, and I was asking him about Earlsboro and what he thought, and he tells me that Coach Rogers thinks we have an excellent opportunity to win this game. Of course, you know, coaches have, you know, they scout and they watch a lot of film, and she has a good feel for this game today. So that gives me a lot of confidence. I thought, and then we spoke about this also on Saturday, or not Saturday, the last game that we played again. I lose track of the time since we're not playing on the weekends every time, but when we played Dover to advance to the area tournament, I guess that was Monday night, it seemed to me like the Lady Mustangs played with more confidence that night than they had in all season. They just played really confidently, and I would anticipate that to carry over into tonight's ball game. Talking earlier, we were kind of adding up in Class B, there's 122 schools playing basketball in Class B high school in Oklahoma. And there's 6 teams in each area still playing today, which means there's 24 teams still alive, and the Lady Mustangs are one of them.
That's right. Four have been eliminated already, so now we're down to 20.
Right. We win this ball game, you know, we might take another step. We'll play Monday afternoon at 1:30. In case you're wondering where Earlsboro is located, I looked it up on the map today. It's 13 miles southeast of Shawnee. That's where Earlsboro. So they didn't have quite a long a trip as Lady Mustangs did to travel over to Stroud, but it was a good day to travel over. Got to listen to some softball on the radio, and nice weather. The snow's all melted off, and hopefully we'll get to come back here Monday and Tuesday to watch these Lady Mustangs complete their journey. All right, Blake, we're going to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors here while we have the chance before the game starts. Shelley Dissey with ABC Superior Realty for all your real estate needs. Give Shelley a call at 580-302-1974. T-Bird's Convenience Store in downtown Fort Cobb, owned and operated by Mr. Travis Birchie. Ouachita Valley Bank since Fort Cobb since 1902. Proud Mustang supporter for a long time. Keystone Foods, they provide breakfast and lunch for Fort Cobb Broxton School and a number of other Caddo County schools. They're from Stillwater, I believe. Thanks to those folks. Carnegie Fiber, located in Carnegie, Oklahoma, for all your high-speed internet television needs. Give them a call at 580-654-1002. And the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, owned by Mr. Kent Sexton. Give him a call at 580-512-6936. What's your keys to victory today for Lady Mustangs, Blake?
I think you have to take care of the ball. You know, the last few games they've done a good job of that. and at the same time you have to force the other team into taking shots and making decisions that they wouldn't ordinarily make. And if you can do that, you can play good, solid defense as they've done, and then shoot the ball well on top of that. I think you have a pretty good chance at winning this one.
All right. The Earlsboro Lady Wildcats will be the visiting team on the scoreboard today. They're wearing the red uniforms with black numerals trimmed with white. They come into the game with a record of 18 wins and 6 losses, and they are ranked 14th. And we'll introduce first the Earlsboro Lady Wildcats, a junior number 2, Tanaya Kennedy, a senior number 4, Hannah Lena, a junior number 15, Mariana Sequeiros, a senior number 23, Lacey Haynes, and a freshman number 24, Miranda Smith. They are coached by Mr. Austin Gwynn. They have 6 losses on the season. 3 of those came to number 5 Varnum, 2 in overtime and once a 1-point decision, 40-39. They lost to number 3 Pittsburgh and to number 6 in Class A Strother. For the Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs, they start a sophomore number 1 Zoe Brown, a sophomore number 3 Kalia Silverhorn, junior post player number 12 Ginger Bear, the only senior on the ball club, number 14 Riley Rip, and her sister, a freshman, number 15 Reagan Rip. The Lady Mustangs are coached by Miss Jana Rogers, assisted by Kelsey Shumpert, and they come into the game with a record of 12 wins and 17 losses. They have won 3 games in a row in their playoff run. They've beaten Oilton, Oaks Mission, Coyle, and Dover in the playoffs. They faced 4 elimination games. This will be their 5th in the playoffs, so they're no stranger, Blake, to having a lot of pressure on them.
And they're battle tested.
That's exactly right.
You know, Don, one more thing about that record. You said the Lady Mustangs are 12-17. Of the 40 teams remaining in Class B among the boys and the girls, only one of those 40 has a record below 500, and it's the Lady Mustangs. And, you know, some might say it's a bad thing. I say it's a Cinderella story.
There you go. Let's hope so. Ginger Bear jumping center for the Lady Mustangs, and it's controlled by Earlsboro, and they will be on the attack first. That's Miranda Smith. Right side they go, and Lady Mustangs come out in a 2-1-2 zone. They pass down low, and it goes out of bounds. A turnover on their first possession.
Already you can see the Lady Mustangs putting a little pressure out on the perimeter, and it is early, but Earlsboro doesn't know quite yet what they want to do with the ball.
Takes a little bit of time to kind of get their feet under them, both teams, I'm sure. Earlsboro comes out in a man-to-man defense. Brown pass behind Ginger Bear. Good idea. They tried to get it to Bear cutting across the lane, but the pass was behind her, and it was taken away by the Lady Wildcats. And they come quickly up the floor. Left skip pass. They go around the perimeter right side. Baseline 3 on the way. It's hit the side of the backboard. Silverhorn gets it. Almost had a fast break opportunity, but had to hold it up instead. Now the Lady Mustangs will set up on their offensive attack for the second time. Down low to go to Bear. Gets by her defender. Buffs it off the glass. No good. Battle for the rebound. And Riley Rip comes away. Off to Reagan now. Pretty good matchup down there. Looked like Bear might have a little bit of quickness advantage on their post player. See if that comes into play here as we continue through the contest. I would like to see us try to keep pounding that ball into Bear if we can. There's a turnover out front as Lacey Haynes takes it away. She brings it into the front court. And they try to get it into Miranda Smith. No, I'm sorry, that's Sequeiros. And we're going to have an early foul on Reagan Rip. Riley Rip, I'm sorry. That's our first team foul. As it appears to me, Blake, both these teams kind of like to play the same way, try to get it into their post players. And we're going to have another personal foul. It's going to be on Reagan Rip, I believe. So this trip has proved kind of costly in the foul situation as the Rip sisters each have picked up a foul. And at the line for Earlsboro, Tanaya Kennedy, and her first free throw is good. First point of the game. And she'll have one more. What we got to be careful of, I think, is getting into foul trouble, Blake, especially if they like to pound the ball down low. Ginger needs to be careful and not pick up a bunch of fouls here in the first half. Second free throw is no good, and it's a violation that she stepped over the line too quick. She knew she missed it. She was going to try to hustle in and get the rebound. Pressure in the backcourt by the Lady Wildcats. Mustangs have seen that a lot this season. Shouldn't be a major problem for them as they face pressure almost every game they played. Reagan tries to get a screen from Riley. Can't use it. They swing it around to Brown. Man-to-man defense and there's going to be a noise. You just hate to see that. A moving screen on Ginger Bear out away from the basket. She only has 5 fouls to start with, and when you get a moving screen, it really hurts you. First foul on Bear, third team foul on the Lady Mustangs. There's a drive by Smith right down the middle of the lane. Her shot's no good, and Bear got the rebound. Good block out there by Ginger. Quickly into the front court. Silverhorn tries to get it down to Bear, but it's tapped away. Good defense that time by Lacey Haynes. And it's picked up by Sequiros, and here comes the Lady Wildcats. That's Kennedy. Skip pass over to Smith. And her ball's knocked out of her hands, but it goes to Sequiros, and now they'll reset the offense. Hand it to Sequiros. And her shot over Bear is good. Mariana Sequiros, and we're going to have a quick timeout taken by Coach Rogers. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
Your school's Booster Club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
5:29 to play, opening period. Lady Mustangs trailing 3-0. Yet to get really untracked offensively. I think they have some openings. If they can just connect on a pass in there to Bear and let her go to work. Silverhorn handling out front, and she's going to be blocked. Fouled as she was heading to the hoop. And that'll be the first team foul on Earlsboro. And it's going to be charged to number 23, Lacey Haynes.
Don, I'm interested to see how much both of these coaches go into their bench tonight. I don't know much about Earlsboro, but I do know that Lady Mustangs only play 6.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Savage comes in. She's about the only one. They got her on the forearm there, right, looks like. Riley Ripp's jump shot was a little short and went out of bounds, but it'll stay with Fort Cobb. And Silverhorn set to inbound. Into Bear. Shot over Naquiros is no good. Well, she's a big girl to shoot over. Ginger's just going to have to slow down a little bit. Be able to get that jump shot off. I think she can pick up some fouls on her. There's a drive around Reagan Rip. Shot's good, and Bear, I think, may have picked up a... 3 seconds in the lane, no basket. Well, they fooled me on that one. Mariana Sequiros with a 3-second violation. That first 2 possessions, she camped in there pretty well the whole possession, and that time they caught her for it. You don't see 3-second calls very often anymore.
I'm glad they called it then.
That was timely, that's for sure. In the corner to Silverhorn. Out front to Reagan Rip. Straightaway 3 on the way. No good, off the heel of the basket. Well, that's a good look at it. And if we can keep getting shots like that, Blake, I think we'll be okay.
That's right.
In the corner they go. Miranda Smith's baseline 3's no good. A rebound. Putback's no good, but to get an offensive rebound, that's Hannah Lena with it. One thing we've had trouble with is giving up offensive rebounds. And there's going to be a takeaway. Good job by Riley Rip. But it's going to be Earlsboro basketball on the alternating possession. Halfway through the first period, Earlsboro on top 3-0. There's a drive to the hoop and a foul. Boy, I tell you, it seems like down on this end, the contact is not a lot, and they're whistling it every time. Wow, that's the 4th team foul on Fort Cobb. Looked like we just kind of waved at her and picked up the foul, and it'll be a chance for the 3-point play here for the Lady Wildcats, and she converts it. That's Miranda Smith, and it's a 6-0 ball game now for the Lady Wildcats. Mustangs need to get the lid off the basket here and get in the scoring column, give them a little confidence. Bounce pass to Silverhorn. Rep top of the key. Boy, they have a height advantage at every position. Lady Wildcats do. They're Silverhorn. Left wing 3 on the way by Reagan. No good. Battle for the rebound. Good hustle by Ginger Bear. Great hustle by Ginger. As she hit the floor trying to save it. But to no avail. It goes out of bounds. But you know that's the kind of thing that'll spark you right there sometimes. The other team,
that's right.
Other girls see that hustle. Makes them want to fight a little harder. Now Earlsboro on attack. Left wing they go. Into Miranda Smith. Bounce pass down low. And that's Tanaya Kennedy for her 3rd point. It's 8-0. Earlsboro on top. Need to get a good look here at the basket. See if we can't chip into this lead a little bit. Brown holding. Down to Bear. Now let her go to work. Nice move by Ginger. Basket's good. That's the way to go, Ginger. She got her defender off the floor with the shot fake and then was able to knock it in. That's recipe for success right there, Blake, if we can keep doing that.
Well, now the lid's off the basket.
There you go. Ought to have a little confidence. They go into McQueros, and the ball is knocked away. Good job by Ginger. Reagan picks up the loose ball, and here comes Brown quickly into the front court. Ball nearly taken away, but Silverhorn has it to Bear at the free throw line. Back to Brown out front. Right side to Reagan. There's Bear. In the corner they go to Riley. All the way to the basket. Shot is blocked from behind by Sequeiros, but that's a foul. And that will be the first personal on Mariana Sequeiros, and Riley Rep will be shooting 2. Riley's normally a good foul shooter. And she missed first, but that's not uncommon. A lot of times she'll miss the first and then make 5 or 6 in a row. So after she kind of gets it dialed in. Free throws could be really critical today, as they normally are. She makes the second. And it's 8-3. In for Earlsboro will be number 14, Sierra Streeter, replacing Lacey Haynes. Now the Mustangs in a little press in the backcourt. 1-2-2. They're going to try to trap them at the half line. Ginger's got to be careful not pick up that second personal here. Well, Cobb playing quite a bit more aggressive on the defensive end. Ball's loose. Reagan picks it up quickly into the front court. Right side they go to Brown. Trying to work it into Bear, and they're double teaming her.
For a split second, they had a mismatch down low.
Riley Rip's 3-pointer's a little short. You know, this is a big gym. They call it a Coliseum, and it is, and it might be a little difficult to find the long-range shooting touch. And it didn't appear to bother them there, but Miranda Smith makes the tray, and it's 11-3 lead for Earlsboro, which matches their largest. 1:21 to play in opening period. Reagan Rip drives around her defender, hands it off to Bear. One dribble back to Reagan. Earlsboro does a good job of playing tight man-to-man. Almost got a steal. Now Brown trying to get by her defender. There's Bear cutting, and there's going to be the second foul on Sequeiros. Good job by Ginger cutting down to the left side of the basket. And a good feed. That could help us if we could get her on the bench, you know, and
That's
I think
right.
they won't clog up the middle.
Now she is, so let's see how.
She's going to be replaced by Lacey Haynes.
See how much they attack the basket now.
1:01 to play opening period. Kind of a slow start for Fort Cobb Broxton. Inbounds pass to Riley Rep. Shots blocked. And then they can't save it. It goes out of bounds. Probably a little bit more. Earlsboro's more athletic now with the substitution. So I don't know if it'll help us a great lot or not. Size-wise, they're not quite as big, but they're quicker, I think. As a matchup is Tania Kennedy on Bear. Is a matchup to watch here probably. There she is, cutting down, and she's going to be blocked and fouled. Good offensive production that time by the Lady Mustangs. And the foul is going to be on Miranda Smith, her first personal. And the fourth team. Ginger Bear shooting 2. Got 2 points so far. And Ginger's free throw is good. She's normally a good foul shooter as well. Going to need them tonight, Blake.
We will.
Need them all.
Good thing about it, last 4 or 5 games, at least since the start of districts, the Lady Mustangs are shooting, I want to say, above 80% from the line as a team.
They're 3 out of 4 so far. That's 2 in a row for Ginger, and it's 11-5 now. 41 seconds to play in the first period. There's a near steal, and they got it right back. Boy, that's a tough one. Looked like we had it intercepted. Straightaway 3 on the way is no good. Ginger there with a rebound. Good defensive set that time of the Lady Mustangs. And there's Silverhorn trying to blow by her defender. Can't get to the rim, so gets it to Brown. All the way to the lane. Her shot's going to be foul. And now all of a sudden the fouls are going Earlsboro way. We commented that there was a lot on Fort Cobb defensive end, and now Earlsboro's picked up several.
Well, the thing about it, you know, early on Earlsboro attacked the basket, got some fouls that way. Now the Lady Mustangs are doing it. They're just going straight towards the basket. And
need to keep it up. Zoe makes the first free throw, and Savage will make her first entry into the game, replacing Riley Rep. And Zoe Brown connects them, both of them. Lady Mustangs are 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. They trail 11-7.
Be nice to get a stop here before the break.
Absolutely. That'd be a big momentum boost if we could get a stop here at the end of the period. 10 seconds. Left wing they go. Might have been a travel into the paint. Little scoop shot, no good. Their putback is good, though, as Miranda Smith bumped it in, and that will do it. After 1 period of play, Earlsboro 13, Fort Cobb Broxton, Lady Mustangs 7. You're listening to Mustang Basketball on the Mustang Network.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
All right, Blake, what's the shooting numbers for the first period?
Lady Mustangs, not great. 1 for 8 from the field, but they are 5 for 6 from the line. And that so far has kept them in this one. Earlsboro 5 for 12 from the field, 1 for 4 from behind the arc, and 2 for 3 at the line. Both teams with 4 turnovers so far.
Okay. And the fouls, 4 team fouls for Fort Cobb and 5 for Earlsboro. It'll be Fort Cobb's ball to start the second period. Savage has it, and she's going to be tied up immediately on the right elbow as they collapsed on her, and that'll be a turnover to the Lady Wildcats. Tell you what, with the way they play that top man-to-man, you really can't hold the ball for a second. They'll snatch it out of your hand. Brown picks them up at the half line. Kind of caused them a little trouble there on the last possession or two. There's Bear jumps in and slaps it away. Boy, she could intercept that. But this little trap defense has kind of caused them some confusion, it appears.
As long as they don't start attacking and driving through lanes. If they want to just sit out there and do that, it'd be fine.
There's the weak part is when they get it down on the baseline. There's a three-pointer on the way, no good. And the ball was tapped over to Ginger Bear. Shot was no good by Streeter. So a good stop by the Lady Mustangs. Now a chance to cut into this lead. 5 of the 7 There's going to be another foul. This is going to be on Savage, an offensive foul. Second moving screen they've called on us. And she's going to be replaced by Riley Ripp. Each team has 5 team fouls. And it will be the Lady Wildcats basketball. Kind of going back to that kind of a 1-2-2 zone trap, it appears, but they get the ball down closer to the lane. There's a pretty good steal by, or not a steal, but Reagan Ripp able to get her hand in there and poke it away. We've got a hand on a lot of passes so far, which is encouraging to me.
One thing you have to make sure you do, if you're going to play the passes like that, make sure you don't overplay them and then allow them
to get beat in the back. Yep.
Wide open cut to the basket.
Exactly. There's Hannah Lena. Gets it down. Bear jumps in there and knocks it away. Good anticipation by Ginger. If the Mustangs could get a field goal, it would be helpful. There's Reagan, right wing. She'll try the three-pointer. No good. Long rebound is tracked down by Lacey Haynes. Now out front is Hannah Lena. And they're content to burn a little clock here, running perimeter offense. And they get it down low to Lena, and the backside layup is good by Lacey Haynes, who got behind the zone there, and she bumped it in for 2. Gonna have to make a little adjustment on that, Blake. They enter the pass into the middle of the lane, and it leaves that baseline wide open.
Well, a few of the teams we've played recently, we've played the same defense, but they haven't found that backside.
Yeah. They've done it a couple of times, and then we turn it right back over to them. And there's a three-pointer on the way by Haynes, no good. Riley Ripp with the rebound, and she's going to be pushed in the back. And that will be the 6th, maybe the 7th team foul, I think. 6th team foul. Second on Miranda Smith. And Mariano Sequiros will check in, replacing Smith. So the next foul on Earlsboro will put the Lady Mustangs in the bonus. But that's where we've scored most of our points, so we need to get there in a hurry if we can. Silverhorn holding out front. Now it appears they've gone to a zone. Kind of a 2-1-2 zone. Kind of hard to tell what it is, actually. They've got...
Don, I don't know. That looks like a...
There's Ripp, left wing, 12-footer, no good. And a rebound to, what'd you say it looked like?
I think 4 of them are playing zone, and then Sequiros is on a one-man assignment on Bear.
It could, yeah, it was
following her around the post.
Kind of what I was trying to see, but nobody was moving enough for me to see what they were going to do. There's once again that backside behind the zone is good. And that basket was made by number 14, Sierra Streeter. 30-second timeout. We'll do the same. We're back in 30 seconds.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports.
We're up to 950.
5:05 to play here in second period. Earlsboro has taken their largest lead so far, which is 10, 17-7. Coach Rogers took a little time out there, I think, to make some adjustments, possibly on defense. They've hit us, they've hurt us a couple of times on that. They have an entry pass to the middle of the lane, and then they get behind their zone, and they got an easy bump off the glass. So need to kind of patch that hole up a little bit. Down on this end, we need to find somebody who can make a basket. As I think we've only made 1 field goal today, and that was Bear. The rest of them have been free throws. So there's Bear trying to go to work, gets it back to Reagan. Boy, they collapse on her. They swing it around quickly. Riley's three-pointer, no good. From the left baseline, and the rebound is controlled by Tanaya Kennedy. Mustangs have been very cold to start the contest here from the from the field. Doing a pretty good job. There's Riley pokes it away from Sequiros.
Don Lady Mustangs are in a 3-2 zone. And I notice now Silverhorn and Reagan Rep are on the top sides of the zone. And anytime the ball isn't on their side, they're sinking down. So it looks like they have the backside covered.
There's a block by Bear, but they're going to call her for a second personal. As they say, she caught her on the wrist. And that's the second, I believe, on Ginger. Well, they just really pound it down low on us, and it's hard to not pick up a foul every once in a while. Sequiros, who has 2 so far, make it 3. She makes her first free throw. And it's an 11-point lead for the Lady Wildcats. And Sequiros will have 1 more. That one rattled out. And now Brown quickly into the front court. Just need to have some confidence on her shooting here. I think we can crawl back in it if we can bust one. Here's Brown, right wing threes, 2 off the backboard, no good. Had a good open look at it. There's Sequiros, Silverhorn on her. That's a mismatch, and she lays it in for 2. Quite a height advantage there for Mariana. And it's a 13-point lead for Earlsboro. Silverhorn. Riley Rip. Now they've gone to a zone. They're going to make us shoot from outside, which you haven't shown any tendency to be hot so far. Silverhorn's left wing three's no good. It's probably a pretty good call on Earlsboro's part, Blake. Just go to that zone and make us shoot from outside. And so far we haven't shown that we can make them. And there's Kennedy just inside the 3-point arc. It's no good, but they get their offensive rebound. Back to Kennedy left side, dribbles in the paint, shot over Bear, no good. Bear taps it over to Reagan. And Coach Rogers imploring them to hurry up, get on down the floor. Silverhorn now with it. Well, they're really collapsing on Bear. Right side to Reagan. And the ball's tipped over to Silverhorn. There's Bear at the free throw line. Goes by our defender, off the glass too strong. And it's saved in, and it's taken there by the Lady Mustangs. Riley Rip with it. Lady Mustangs have yet to score here in the second period. They trail 13-7 after 1. And they've been outscored here 7-0 here in the second period. Silverhorn, left wing three, no good. I tell you what, I'm thinking that we're just not used to shooting in this environment. Normally, whenever you have a big environment like this, the rim looks closer than it is, and all the shots are coming up short. That's what folks used to tell me at the state fairgrounds. It took a little time to kind of get dialed in because the rim looked like it was closer than it actually was.
Yep.
There's Sequiros, shot over Bears, no good. Good rebound by Reagan. 2:02 to play in the half. Brown quickly into the front court. Back to Brown. One of these girls need to pop one right there, right in that gap. Little 12-footer, no good, off the heel of the basket. And Lady Wildcats now on the attack. Sequiros in the corner they go. Could have been a travel. Miranda Smith along the baseline off the two. They handed it off to Sequiros, and that's 7 for her. And it's a 15-point margin for Earlsboro. Lady Mustangs just playing catch out front against this zone defense. Ball in, entry pass to Bear, couldn't handle it, and then the Lady Wildcats now quickly the other way. Drive down the middle of the lane, shot over Bear, off the glass and good. Sierra Streeter with her second basket, and it's 24-7. Less than a minute to play in the half. Silverhorn. Riley Rip. Drives in the paint. Lost the ball off the dribble. Hit up ahead to Earlsboro. All the way down. Layup no good by Smith, but she got it back. And it's going to be tapped out. And there's a wild scramble for it. And it's going to say it's off of Fort Cobb as Ginger unfortunately beat her to the basketball and knocked it out of bounds. So it'll stay with Earlsboro. Good hustle by Ginger. I tell you, she's giving it her all. That's the second time she went full speed diving on the floor to try to pick up a loose ball. Boy, you gotta love the hustle. That's why they've advanced where they are today, Blake, in this area tournament game, is because of plays like that. 18 seconds to play in the half, and it appears Earlsboro wants to take the last one here. Cutting down the left of the lane. Barris shuts that off. Now here comes another cutter, and we're going to have a travel as Miranda Smith traveled after she caught the pass. Now there's 5 seconds to play. We're going to roll it into Brown. Crossing the timeline, but she's going to be bumped and fouled out there by Hannah Lena with 2.6 seconds. I'm sure Coach Austin Gwynn's not real proud of that one, because that will put the Lady Mustangs in the bonus. So Brown is going to be able to shoot the 1-and-1 here with 2.6 seconds. Trying to get the Lady Mustangs on the board here in the second period. And so far they've been shut out, Blake.
They have.
Brown will have 1 plus the bonus. And that's no good. That will do it. Your halftime score, Earlsboro Lady Wildcats 24 and the Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs 7. And we'll turn it over to Blake Perryman for a halftime report. Blake?
Don, I'm not even quite sure I know what to say here.
I'm sure you'll think of something.
Well, we'll start here for Earlsboro.
All right.
They went 10 for 24 from the field, just under 42%. Only 1 for 6 from 3, so they're not shooting much better than we are from outside.
Yeah, that's true.
3 for 5 from the line. 6 turnovers at the half for the Lady Wildcats. Lady Mustangs are 1 for 16 from the field, 0 for 8 from 3. The one bright spot, they're 5 for 7 from the line.
Right.
And honestly, Don, you know, you've heard you can shoot yourself back in the ball game, but ordinarily it comes from threes. Mm-hmm. You can hit 4 threes in a row and turn a 12-point deficit to a tie really quick. But you can also shoot free throws your way back into the game. I haven't seen it very often, but I have seen it a couple times.
Right.
And I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility for this one. Lady Mustangs have 9 turnovers, and at times it's felt like they've had more than that. But you know, if Earlsboro wants to continue to stay in that zone, make us shoot threes, I have a feeling in the second half someone's going to catch fire. And once one person catches fire, then it's sort of, well, it's like a wildfire. It spreads.
Absolutely. Contagious. It's contagious.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And one of the most consistent shooters we've had, at least in the postseason, Kalia Silverhorn, she missed her 2 shots. But, you know, if she can go out there and hit one, then Riley might hit one, Reagan might hit one, and those girls can shoot. I don't think there's any doubt about it. We've seen it all season. There's been games where they've made 10-plus threes.
Yep.
And so I think there in the second half they'll catch fire and draw closer. And the one thing about it, Earlsboro only has 24 points. We only have 7, but Earlsboro only has 24. Mm-hmm. And at times it feels like Earlsboro doesn't know quite what they want to do on offense. There in the middle of the second quarter, they were getting some backside. Somebody wasn't helping on defense, and they had a wide open layup. And then there towards the end of the quarter, they didn't get that. So
yeah, I know.
There's certain shifts in the game that you could make arguments for either side. And, you know, because we're the Fort Cobb fans here, I'm going to make the argument that the Lady Mustangs are going to get back in this one.
Here's what I think. I'm going to go out on a limb on my prediction here. I think Coach Rogers is a good motivator, and I think our biggest problem so far in the first half is a lack of confidence. We missed the first shot or 2, and then it looks like we're just real hesitant to shoot it. And I think probably at the half, if I were coaching, and I'm nowhere near a coach, but from my standpoint, I would just try to inspire these girls to say, hey, you know, we got one more half of basketball left. This could be the last one for Riley. She's a senior.
Right.
And let's go out in a blaze of glory. You know, let's just, if you're open, fire away and don't worry about missing it. Just, you know, if you're open, drain it. and don't worry about it.
Right.
And I think, just go out there and give it your all and see what happens. We'll win or lose, but we're going to give it our best. And I think from my standpoint, that's what we need to do. Just go out in a blaze of glory and give it our all and keep firing and not be hesitant. And anyway, that'd be my 2 cents worth.
And the thing about it, after the first quarter, this is a pretty close game.
Mm-hmm.
And they started out ahead 8-0. At the end of the first, it was 13-7. And I guarantee you're sitting over there thinking, well, heck, this game's going to go down to the wire. And then we get shut out in the second quarter. But, hey, there's still 2 quarters left of basketball.
Yeah, well,
a lot can happen.
We played Dover over there in the district finals at Dover. As I recall, we were down 12. And I also recall that we went into overtime in that game. So we're down 17, looks insurmountable. But you just got to one basket at a time. That's all you can do. And just play hard and don't play scared. I think that's a big thing right here. A couple of scores earlier today, girls contest this afternoon in this area. Payton girls defeated Welch 53-47. And in the boys contest, just right before this one, Earlsboro boys defeated Coyle 61-46. So Earlsboro will be playing the winner of tonight's boys game Monday afternoon. And, of course, Fort Cobb Broxton boys will be playing in the area finals Monday night at 8 o'clock. If they can win that contest, they will advance to their 10th straight state tournament. You heard me right. That will be their 10th straight state tournament if they can win Monday night or Tuesday night, whichever one.
Don, that's the 3rd longest active in the state of Oklahoma.
That's quite impressive. We'll talk about that a lot Monday. We'll be on the air probably about 7:45 or 15 minutes before the game. Got a lot of statistics we can talk about in that game Monday night. But let's thank our sponsors once again. We've got the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, Mr. Kent Sexton. Appreciate him and his support. Carnegie Fiber over in Carnegie, Oklahoma. Keystone Foods out of Stillwater. Ouachita Valley Bank downtown Fort Cobb. T-Bird's Convenience Store there in Fort Cobb. And Shelley Dissey with ABC Superior Realty. Thanks for all your sponsorship during the entire season. I know the folks back home are glad that, especially on these long road trips, that they can stay home and watch the game on TV. And that's the result of the sponsors, our great sponsors that we have this year, and we certainly appreciate them. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're going to take about a 4-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have second half action. You're listening to the Mustang Basketball Network.
Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Could have played 6-on-6. Might have had a few more scores there.
Welcome back to Stroud, Oklahoma, the Route 66 Coliseum. Halftime, the Lady Mustangs down 24-7 to Earlsboro. I think we can play with these girls, Blake, as we talked about during the break. We just got to have some confidence in our shooting. We can knock down a 3 or 2 here to start off with. Who knows what might happen. But it'll be the Lady Mustangs basketball going right to left in their home white uniforms. 16 more minutes to play here, so need to grit your teeth and bow up. And let's see if we can fight back into this thing. Brown holding out front. See what the strategy is. Silverhorn, straightaway 3 on the way. Good! There we go. Just what we needed. Kalia Silverhorn drains a long 3 to open up the half, and it's 24-10. Great start for the Lady Mustangs. Now let's see if we can get a stop here. You know, if you can draw closer to them and make them a little nervous, who knows what might happen quickly.
They almost turned it over right there.
Mustangs seem to have a little more spring in their step here to start the third period. I'm sure Coach Rogers gave him a pretty inspirational halftime speech. Long skip pass in the corner. 3-pointer on the way by Haynes. It's no good. Goes off McQuiros and out of bounds. It's Aquaros. And it'll be turned over to the Lady Mustangs. So an opportunity to get even closer here with a good offensive possession.
As we say in baseball, you slowly chip away.
That's exactly right.
Can't do it all at once.
That's right. Keep chopping wood.
Unfortunately, there's not a 14-point play in basketball.
There's Reagan Rep, and she's going to be fouled by Sequiros, and that'll be 3 on Mariana.
That might change things as well.
And Reagan Rep will be the line shooting 2 for Fort Cobb Broxton. Reagan yet to score tonight. Hasn't been at the line. And she'll have 2 free throws coming here. And the first one's good. Mustangs playing with a little confidence here, Blake. They've scored 4 straight here to open the second half. And Reagan takes a deep breath. Free throw good.
Don, what you have to make sure you don't do, if Earlsboro can find ways to score, you can't let that demoralize you.
Nope.
Even if they score once or twice, you can't let that just ruin all your momentum.
And there's a turnover. They trying to get it into Sequiros, and they had a little miscommunication there. The ball sails out of bounds. And so just like that, the Mustangs, who have scored 5 straight, will have the ball back. Silverhorn. Well, I'd like to see her pop that one from the top of the key next time. With Brown. They're back in there. Looks like a zone defense, 2-1-2. There's Silver over to Bear. Shot good. Oh, no, it rolled out. Tough luck. Well, I thought it was halfway down and popped out. And we're going to have a tie-up. Boy, didn't you think that was in the basket?
It was close, man. That's a tough break.
Boy, I thought that was in. And the ball is going to be going Earlsboro way on the alternating possession. See if the Mustangs can get another stop. Go ahead, Blake.
You know what I see, Don?
What's
I see
that?
a light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. There's a shot, no good. Bear with a rebound. Here comes Brown, pushing it into the front court. Cross court to Bear, underneath the basket. Shot good by Ginger. Great find there from Brown, and just like that, it's a 10-point deficit. The Mustangs have come out, scored 7 straight. Timeout taken by the Wildcats. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC.
The Lady Mustangs come out in the third period on fire. They've scored 7 straight to cut the lead to 10, and Earlsboro takes a timeout. So Fort Cobb Broxton, momentum on their side here. We played 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and the lead is now 10, 24-14. And the Mustangs have been rejuvenated, Blake. They look quite a bit more inspired. See if they can get another stop here. Earlsboro, top of the key, dribbling, guarded by Silverhorn closely. Trying to get a 5-second count. They get it over to Smith, down to Sequeiros. Reagan Rip reaches in there and pokes it away, and it's Sequeiros fouled her, trying to get it back, and that'll be 4 on Mariana Sequeiros. What a turn of events. Great play by Reagan as she ripped the ball away, and then Sequeiros fouled trying to get it back. And the Mustangs could get it into single digits, Blake.
They can. Never say never, Don.
That's right. Brown picks up her dribble way out front. Might have got away with it. Riley Rep now picks it up. Ball bump loose. Boy, there's a turnover we can't afford there. They're rolling around. They get it over to up ahead quickly to Kennedy. Skip pass. 3-pointer on the way. Good. Boy, that changes things. Miranda Smith with her second tray. It's back to a 13-point lead for Earlsboro. 5 minutes to play in the third. To go to Brown. Pass is intercepted. Quickly down the floor is Kennedy. That's Tanaya all the way to the basket. No good. Bear with the rebound, and she's going to be fouled by Kennedy. You know, we noted whenever Sequeiros goes out, she's quite a presence in there, but when she goes out, they're quite a bit more quicker. And just like on that last play, they were able to jump around and intercept the pass to Bear. So it's a different type team when Sequeiros is not out there. I'm not sure that they're better like they are right now. I don't know, but hopefully Bear can score on them. There she is on the low block, shot blocked, and Kennedy got her hand on it, knocked it away. And so it's a turnover back to Earlsboro. Out front is Miranda Smith, and she's going to be called for traveling. Another turnover.
Boy, you can tell Coach Rogers wanted that call.
Oh, yeah. She's into it big time.
Those are the kind of coaches you want to play for.
Oh, I'll tell you, she's a competitor, no question about it. Like you said at halftime, you never say never, and that's what I guarantee you, she was preaching that mentality to the Lady Mustangs at halftime. We're not out of this thing, girls. Just keep playing. Here's Reagan Rip. Out to Ginger Bear now, way out front. Be nice to get one of these guards a wide open look out on the perimeter.
Well, since
they've one of those threes.
Since they've switched into the man, it hasn't been many open looks.
No, they hound us out front. Bear, it claps on her, and there's going to be a travel called on Ginger. I tell you, she draws a lot of attention. There's no question about that. But you're right, this man-to-man defense has really hindered us. The first couple of possessions when they were in that zone, they've been playing that since they did till we started making shots. When we started making shots, they went back to the man. So you kind of have to expect that. But now we'll see if we can handle this man-to-man defense a little bit better. There's a drive around the defender by Streeter, and they say she's on the baseline, so it'll be Fort Cobb's ball. I think we got a break there because they threw it off our leg right after that. 3:33 to play. Kind of a fast third period. You ever notice when you're way behind, the quarters go by really fast?
Yeah.
When you're way ahead, they drag by. Brown out front. Lobs it into Bear. Boy, that's heavy traffic. No opportunity for that one. They had Bear totally surrounded. 3-pointer on the way by Streeter, no good. There's Ginger high for the rebound. Got to be a little more accurate with her passing. You can't throw it into such traffic. There's Brown over to Reagan Rip. She'll try the right wing three. No good. A little long this time, and it goes out of bounds. And it will be Earlsboro basketball. Coach Rogers says that's okay. Keep firing if you're open. They won't go in if we don't shoot them, you know.
That's right. Who was it that said it? Miss 100% of the shots you don't take?
I don't know, but that's
a lot of people have said it.
Yep. 2:40 to play here in the third. There's a kind of a three-point play, just kind of in desperation. I don't see anybody open, so I'll shoot it. And it's no good by Smith. And now Silverhorn left side over to Bear. Double teamed, kicks it outside to Rep, and it's too high and out of bounds. And Madison Savage will check in, replacing Ginger. I think she's a little bit tired. She's been going pretty hard end to end. Needs a little breather here, because we need to be at full capacity down the stretch here. There's a drive around her defender. Riley cuts her off. Now they go back out to the perimeter. There's a travel.
I was holding my breath to see if they were going to call that.
I was going to say it was a delayed call, but it's really not. We're just so far from the action. It just seemed like it's delayed by the time I heard the whistle. We're going to have a timeout taken by the Wildcats. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon.
Blake and I were just talking here in the break. We scored 7 points in the first 2 minutes of the third period, and we've gone on a scoring drought of about 3 minutes now. There's 2:10 remaining in the third. Since they called that timeout and went to the man, it's got us out of whack here offensively. We're going to have to take better care of the ball, and we can't afford any more turnovers. That's just the way we've got to take good shots and not turn it over the rest of the way. We'll see what transpires. Brown into the front court. Guarded out there by Lena, I should say. Now Reagan Rep. One dribble, picks it up. Over to Silverhorn. Boy, they've just got us totally out of sync on offense. We're just trying to maintain possession. Not really any kind of a flow at the moment. Silverhorn drives along the baseline, lobs it out front to Reagan. Penetrates in the paint, little 14-footer, no good, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's probably what might be our best option here, Blake, is to try to drive to the hoop and get to the foul line. Because it's obviously the perimeter shots aren't going to be there against this man. Reagan is 2 for 2 at the line so far. And they make it 3. 3 for 3. And it's back to a 12-point margin. And Reagan will have one more. She drained it. 4 for 4 for Reagan.
You managed to get some points after the turnover. Now you can create some more stops.
There you go. That's right. 27-16. Still within striking distance. No question about it. Now if we can just not let them get any offensive rebounds here. They're being pretty patient. Earlsboro, as you might imagine. There's a drive against Reagan Rip. And wow. It looked like he waited till she missed the shot before he called the foul there, but a lot of contact. Second personal on Reagan. And at the line will be Sierra Streeter, who has 4 points today. And her free throw is good. They are 4 out of 6 from the line so far, so Earlsboro shot the free throws pretty well. And she makes them both.
Don, I hate to say this, but I'm not sure I agree with that call. I don't.
Well, I
don't like foul calls whenever they just throw up a shot.
Yeah, that's bailed them out. There's no question about that. Looked like she had pretty good defensive position. Pretty vertical, I thought. Minute to play in the third. Reagan has it over to Riley. Dribbling out front. If Brown could get it over to Reagan. Left wing 3 on the way. No good. Boy, looked good. Just rattled out. And here comes Earlsboro now. 44 seconds to play in the third. Streeter trying to drive on Brown. Brown takes it away. And then Streeter fouled it. Great defense by Zoe Brown, the quick hands. And she was able to reach in there and swipe it. And that'll be the first personal on Sierra Streeter. And Ginger Bear checks in, replacing Savage. With 35 seconds to play in the third period, a three-pointer would get them back to within 10. Over to Riley Rep. Left wing, lobs it into Savage, or Brown. Bear, I should say. She can't score with it, but she taps it out wisely to Reagan. Back to Bear. Turns into the paint, and they're going to say, almost called a block, and then he said, no, they tipped it out of bounds.
He was between a jump ball, a foul, and a ball going Earlsboro's way.
I think he finally got it right. 13 seconds to play in the third. Bear lobs it out front to Silverhorn. Back to Bear. Turnaround shot is good. Ginger Bear. That's 8 for Ginger, and it's an 11-point lead with 5 seconds to play.
Now make sure they don't score.
2 seconds. Three-pointer on the way, no good. And after 3 periods of play, the Lady Mustangs have made a little comeback. They trail it 29-18. You're listening to the Mustang Basketball Network.
We are your premier best in-state driving school, located in southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Mustangs outscored them 11-5 that quarter. Blake, what's the shooting percentages now?
Lady Mustangs are now 4 for 24 from the field, but 3 of those field goals were made in the third quarter. They're trending in the right direction, 3 for 8 there in the third quarter. Earlsboro over the game, 11 for 32 from the field. Both teams had 5 turnovers in the third, but the time of those turnovers does come into play a little bit.
Mustangs have the basketball to start the fourth period. Brown almost lost it, able to get it over to Silverhorn. There's Rep in the paint. Well, I'd like to see us go ahead and try to take a shot there and pick up a foul if nothing else. There's Riley trying to go along the baseline, can't go. Good defense by the Lady Wildcats. There's Brown. Boy, she was wide open. Gets it into Bear, off the glass, no good. Ginger battled for the rebound, and they call her for a foul. Trying to get it back. Boy, that's just hard luck right there. It was a great feed from Brown, and Bear had it to 2 of those so far today. Was inside the rim and came out. That's the third foul on Ginger. That would have cut it to 9. Three-pointer on the way by Streeter, no good. Ginger there for the rebound. Ginger playing hard both ends. Here comes Silverhorn quickly.
All the way, go all the way.
Stopped there by Streeter. Oh, boy, Riley's wide open. Sometimes we don't look at the goal. Riley is able to get the ball and knock it out of bounds. Sometimes I think we don't expect that we're going to be open, and we're not looking, and sometimes we're wide open. Sequeiros checks back in for the Lady Wildcats. She's got 4 personal fouls, so perhaps it might be a good thing for us if she has to let us go defensively. Bear might be able to get some easy ones. She has it down on the low block. Out front to Streeter. And they try to get it to Sequeiros, and it's out of bounds. Tough pass there as it was down at her knees. And once again, the Lady Mustangs have a chance to get it into single digits here with a basket of any kind. They trailed at the half 24-7, and it's now 29-18. Lobs it left side to Silverhorn. Along the baseline, cut off there by Sequeiros. There's Brown, left wing 3 on the way. Good! Zoe Brown with a long 3-pointer. And it's an 8-point contest all of a sudden, 29-21. The Lady Mustangs have come roaring back here. Trail by 17 at the half. There's a drive and a foul.
Boy, you can't bail them out after that. Man.
Reagan Rep picks up the foul. And that will be her third personal. And at the line shooting 2 will be Miranda Smith, who has 6, 8, 11 points. And the first one no good. She was 1 for 1 at the line before that one. She'll have one more with 6:10 to play in the contest. Second free throw, no good. Ginger Bear there for the rebound. Chance to draw even closer. Brown, left side, Silverhorn, left wing 3 on the way. Good! Aaliyah Silverhorn. 2 threes for her, and it's a 5-point ball game, 29-24. As the Lady Mustangs have converted some 3-pointers here of late. There's Streeter on the drive, right down the middle of the paint, hard off the backboard. Reagan up there for the rebound. The Lady Mustangs with the basketball, trailing by 5. Brown crossing the timeline. Top of the key, right side Reagan. Playing with a lot more confidence, obviously, here in the second half. Reagan picks it up, hands it off to Brown, along the baseline, over to Silverhorn, all alone, left wing 3, off, good! Aaliyah Silverhorn, and it's 29-27, timeout, Lady Wildcats. You're listening to the Mustang Basketball Network.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Lady Mustangs are on a 20-5 run here, with 5:20 to play here in the fourth period. They have played a tale of 2 halves here. They trail 24-7 at the half. It's 29-27, thanks to 3 3-pointers in a row by the Lady Mustangs.
And
Now
Don,
they're back on the, go ahead.
There's 1,600 people here to see it.
Streeter's 3-pointer won't go. And the Lady Mustangs have it back with a chance to take the lead. Left wing Silverhorn. 3-pointer, no good this time. Battle for the rebound, and we're going to get Bear on the back. Sometimes you get a little bit too anxious trying to make a play, and Bear went over the back, and that'll be 4 on Ginger. Streeter checked out. He's going to be replaced by Lacey Haynes. And Savage will be at the scorer table. Couldn't get her in before started action, so Bear's got to be careful. Don't pick up your 5th here. There's a drive down the middle of the lane. That's a travel. Going to call a jump ball, they say. And let's see who's going to get the possession.
Stay with.
Okay, it's going to stay with the Wildcats. Savage gets in now, replacing Bear.
That might change things just a little bit.
Earlsboro to inbound. Riley Rep doing a good job defending the post. The ball is not thrown away, picked up by Brown, and there's going to be a foul on the Lady Wildcats. And let's see who they got. That will be the 7th team foul on the Lady Wildcats.
That's actually only 6.
Okay.
I think they're jumping the gun on this one.
Okay. Well, the foul is on Zoe Brown is at the line, but I'm not sure that they know. The scoreboard's showing 16 fouls, and the foul's on 23. They say Lacey Haynes. That'll be her 2nd personal. And I believe
that's only 6.
I believe they haven't put it up there yet, I think.
Yeah.
Now they're going to check it and see. And they say, no, it's only 6.
Yeah.
And so it'll be Fort Cobb's basketball. All right, no problem. Fort Cobb has the ball now. trailing by 2.
At least we didn't turn it over.
That's right, 16 fouls now, so the next one will put Fort Cobb in the bonus. A lot of time, 4:40 to play in the contest. Brown dribbling into the paint. If we could get Silverhorn open over here, that'd be great. Savage, a little 15-footer, good! Madison Savage ties the game. Great shot by Madison. Her first points, and we're tied at 29.
That's another freshman, by the way.
Silverhorn with the steal. Quickly into the front court. She holds up her dribble at the half line wisely. Now to Brown, over to Riley Rep.
Oh, they had Savage wide open.
She was cutting across the lane. They didn't see her in time. Over to Riley Rep. Bounce pass to Silverhorn in the lane. There's Reagan all alone. Right wing 3 on the way. No good. And we're going to have a foul on the Lady Mustangs over the back. They're just trying so hard, Blake. You know, they just
I can't blame them at all, honestly.
I know, me too. Foul is on Madison. That's her second personal. 4:02 to play, and we're tied at 29.
Don, I don't know about you, but my heart's beating at quite a rapid pace.
Mine too. Great comeback by the Lady Mustangs. I tell you, you got to tip your hat to them, no matter what happens. Down low to go to Sequeiros. Shot over Savage, no good. Brown with a rebound. We just need to get ahead. Brown now, quickly into the front court. There's Silverhorn to Riley Rep. Left wing 3 on the way, no good this time. And the ball was rebounded by Earlsboro. Quickly around Silverhorn. Kennedy shot no good, and we're going to have a foul on Kennedy.
Now we're going to shoot 1-1.
Now we'll be in a bonus. And that will be the third personal on Tanaya Kennedy. And Reagan Rep will be at the line, who's 4 for 4. Chance to give the Lady Mustangs the first lead today. Shooting 1 in the bonus.
It's the best time you want to have the lead.
Yeah, at the end. And the freshman's free throw's good. The Lady Mustangs are on top. They have come all the way back from a 17-point deficit to lead by 1 here. Reagan has one more. Drained it. 2-point lead for the Lady Mustangs. 6 for 6 at the line for Reagan. 31-29, 3:30 to play. And now Kennedy with it right side. Lady Mustangs have taken their first lead of the game. They trailed this game 8-0. There's Sequeiros, and she's going to be called for traveling. Turnover. Turnover to the Lady Mustangs. And all of a sudden, as we talked about earlier, Blake, whenever you're way behind, the time just flies by. And now with the lead.
Slow. Now it's slow.
3:12 to play.
It'd be nice to score here.
Brown with a crossover, top of the key, over to Silverhorn, who's ignited quite a comeback for those 3-pointers. Reagan Rep, 15-foot elbow jumper, no good. Boy, it's a great look. And Earlsboro with the rebound, quickly up ahead. 3-pointer on the way by Smith, no good. Hard off the back iron. Sequeiros with the rebound, off the glass, no good. Silverhorn to the rebound. Here she comes, racing it up the floor with Savage. 2-on-1. All the way to the hoop. Silverhorn's layup, too strong. Ball kicked around, picked up by Earlsboro. Now they're ahead of the pack. All the way down, Streeter shot's no good, but she's fouled. That's Hannah Lena, I should say. Boy, the Mustangs had a great opportunity, Blake, to take a 2-possession lead. And now Earlsboro has a chance to tie it at the line. Lena, who has not scored today and has not been at the line, will be shooting 2 shots. She is a senior. With 2:35 to play in the contest. First free throw is good. Annalena. And Ginger Bear comes in replacing Savage. Joyce Madison had that big basket a moment ago to tie the game. She's going to be replaced by Ginger. And Lena will have one more attempt here, a chance to tie it. Free throw on the way, good. We're tied at 31. First points of the quarter for Earlsboro. 2:32 to play in a game. Brown dribbling out front. To Riley Rep at the free throw line. Back to Brown. I'm sure the Lady Mustangs would love to burn a little clock, take an open shot, and take the lead here. Down low to Baird. Ball taken away. Lena up ahead to Kennedy. Silverhorn poking at it and got it away from her and out of bounds, but it'll stay with Earlsboro. Good hustle by Kalia not to foul and keep them from scoring.
That's right. You know, whenever you can have one defender pushing them away from the basket, another trailing.
They go to Sequeiros, gets under the basket, ties, puts them ahead. Sequeiros got free. Bear really couldn't defend her much. Earlsboro back on top by 2, 33-31. Silverhorn left wing over to Reagan Rip. 2 minutes to play. In the paint, 14-foot runner's no good, but she's fouled.
Boy, I thought that one was going to go down.
Boy, it looked like it was going to have an and one there. And the foul is going to be on number 24, Miranda Smith. That's her third. And Reagan Rep at the line, he was 6 for 6 so far. The freshman from the Lady Mustangs, he drains the first. It's a 1-point ball game, 33-32. Chance to tie right here. Money. We're tied at 33. 1:55 to play in the contest. Bounce pass to Streeter. Kicks it left wing, almost went out of bounds. They track it down. There's a drive by Haynes. Off to Sequeiros. She can't handle it. It's out of bounds. Turnover to the Mustangs. 1:43 to play in the contest. Opportunity to take the lead late in the ball game here. And Coach Rogers, I think, telling the official they want to take a timeout if they score. Silverhorn, and that's going to be a travel. Oh, no, a timeout. Oh, a travel first. Wow. Yeah, I thought she changed pivot puts. I thought that was going to be, I think that's the right call. 1:31 to play. Turnover to Earlsboro. Now we need a stop. There's a drive by Lena. Out front to Haynes. Get it down to Sequeiros.
No foul here.
And Ginger has to do the right thing, let her go, and Sequeiros lays her in. That's 11 for Sequeiros, and Earlsboro back on top by 2. Brown dribbles up to the three-point arc, now in the paint. Kicks it to Rep. Right wing three on the way, too hard this time. Ginger with the rebound, back to Rep. 15-footer's blocked, but she's fouled. And Reagan Rep will be back to the line to shoot 2 with 1 minute exactly to play. 4th foul on Smith.
And Dawn, the next Earlsboro foul, the Lady Mustangs will shoot 2. They'll be in the double bonus. And
Reagan. She's made 8 in a row. That's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know how hard that is. that's amazing, I'm going to tell you. 1 more to tie. Made it. That's 10 in a row for Reagan. Timeout. Lady Mustangs, let's keep it right here. We're tied at 35 with a minute to play, Blake. Is your heart still beating?
Oh, man.
You know you can't beat playoff basketball.
No, you can't.
Know, you just cannot beat it. It looked forevermore like the Lady Mustangs were in serious trouble at the half, trailing 24-7. And they came out and scored 5 straight to start the third period, and we've had a battle ever since. The Lady Mustangs have had a couple of leads. Mostly, well, the biggest was 2 on a couple of occasions. Earlsboro took the lead back, and boy, I tell you, Reagan Rep, you got to tip your hat to her. 10 straight free throws here in the last half. Kalia Silverhorn with 3 3-pointers here in the second half. I think Zoe Brown started the scoring. I think she's the one that kind of really started the thing with a long right wing 3-pointer, and then all of a sudden, like you say earlier in the first half, it's contagious. And they've battled back to tie it at 35. It's remarkable. Trying to advance 1 more step closer to the big house. Coach Rogers has done a splendid job of getting back into it. And it'll be Earlsboro basketball with a minute to play.
You know, Donna, what wouldn't be a bad idea here. Now, Bear has to be careful playing defense down low because she has 4 fouls. Sequeiros also has 4 fouls. You might be able to pull off an offensive foul.
Yep, that's a good point. We'll see what we can muster up here on defense. There's a travel. Miranda Smith shuffled her feet, and it's a turnover with 50 seconds to play. Lady Mustangs will have the ball. Haynes is going to be replaced by Sierra Streeter. What do you do here? Do you play for 1 or just keep playing?
I don't think there's any way you can play for 1 here, Don. I don't know.
It's hard to do the way they're guarding us.
It's hard to control the ball for 50 seconds.
Brown dribbling out front. There's Reagan. Out to Riley. Thought about it. Now 38 seconds. Dribbles gets it into Bear, and she lost it. Don't think she was expecting that. 32 seconds now. Earlsboro on the attack. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Earlsboro. We'll keep it here. 29 seconds to play now. Both teams have had a turnover in their last 2 possessions. What do you do here now? If you're Earlsboro.
I almost feel like they're going to hold for one. Either that or,
well, I would.
Or you go for, if you see an opening, you take it.
Yeah, I definitely think in their situation now, I mean, there's not all that much time left, so you could probably hold it long enough. We're playing a zone, I think, maybe. But, you know, the worst thing that could happen is you go into overtime. But, boy, if the Mustangs could just get a steal somehow and get Reagan Rep back to the line, that'd be my goal. That's what I was kind of hoping for on this last trip. And I really don't think Bear was anticipating that pass from there. We kind of dribbled into some traffic, and anyway, a lot going on. So,
well, a lot of the psychology with it, and this is for particularly the offense. If I was either team that had the ball right now, being Earlsboro, I would attack the basket because.
Sure.
If I was in that position on the defensive side, someone's going towards the basket, going to score. I'm probably going to foul him, keep him from scoring.
Exactly. Yep.
Because I don't want him to score.
Yep. 29 seconds to play. Earlsboro to inbound on the sideline. Earlsboro has one timeout. The Lady Mustangs have two. Dribbling out front. I'm guessing that this appears to be holding for one. Lady Mustangs in a man-to-man defense. I'm okay with overtime. We're going to have another timeout taken with 15 seconds. That'll be his last one. We'll keep it here.
Probably not a bad idea.
As much as I would like to see Lady Mustangs score here in regulation, I don't think it's the end of the world we go to overtime. I think we've outplayed them here in the second half, and I don't see any reason why that wouldn't continue in a 4-minute overtime period. But we got 15 seconds to burn off first, so we've got to. Now it's critical because if they score and take the lead, there's not going to be much time left.
Right.
For us to do anything on the other end.
The one thing about it, Earlsboro has to do is get the ball in. Yeah. If you can put some pressure, and they don't have any timeouts. If they get in trouble, they're in real trouble.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if we really put a lot of pressure on them to try to deny the ball and worry about getting beat behind the defense, you know, for an easy two. Sometimes when you overplay people, it leaves some openings. But this team hasn't really shown me that they're, you know, agile enough to catch a pass in a quick rhythm and not fumble it. So anyway, we'll see. The team have broken their huddles, and we're set to go. Once again, Earlsboro will be inbounding basically from the same place they did the last time. And let's see if the Mustangs can.
There isn't a single person in here that isn't on the edge of their seat.
Here we go. That's Kennedy drilling against Silverhome. We don't want to put them at the line, I don't think. There's a drive. And there's trouble. Picked up her dribble. That's Hannah Lena. Dribbled into trouble, turned it over, and Coach Rogers will now take a timeout with 7.6 seconds to play. Wow. What drama.
What drama. And what you can't do now is turn the ball back over.
No, we got to get a shot off here.
I would say, now you're going to have to go the length of the court. I would almost say you just go straight at the basket, see if you can get fouled.
I'm with you.
And because of the amount of time it'll take them to get down there, you know, 4 or 5 seconds, you get fouled, there's a second and a half on the clock. They don't have any timeouts. So
I'm thinking I think we got two choices, in my opinion. Brown hustles it up the floor. Either kick it to Silverhorn on the left wing for a three, or Reagan to drive to the hoop.
Yep.
I think, of course, Bear's not a bad option either.
No.
The trouble is the time. You know, you're gonna it's going to have to be quick. You know, if she's going to catch it and make a move on somebody.
You have to make sure the entry pass down low if you're going to Bear is a good one.
Yeah, that's right. We can't afford
the last few times
here.
We've gone down low, it's been a turnover.
Yeah, I'm apt to let Reagan drive into the paint and make the referee call a foul here. We'll see.
We talked about that last game, didn't we? Not making the referee decide the game. I guess here we'd be fine with it.
I'll tell you what, I'd love to see Reagan at the line one more time. Here comes Brown, quickly into the front court, into the paint, all the way to the hoop. Layup is no good. Bear with the putback's no good, and they're going to call the game over. Overtime. Wow, what a look. I thought we had won the game.
That was an inch away from going in.
It just would not fall over the basket. Overtime from Stroud, Oklahoma. 35 all. We'll be back in 1 minute.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless networking?
Overtime we go, fellas. As the Mustangs, Lady Mustangs come roaring back. Brown had a wide open, well, not a wide open, a great layup attempt as she headed to the hoop and just would not crawl over the rim. Got 4 more minutes. Ginger Bear jumping center for the Lady Mustangs, going right to left. What a ball game. What a comeback by the Lady Mustangs. From 17 down at the half. And now Silverhorn gets the control of the tap. And Lady Mustangs will have the first offensive possession. They lob it into Bear. Left wing Silverhorn. One dribble, 14-footer off the glass, no good. And we're going to have a foul on Reagan Ripp. And that's going to be the 7th team foul on Fort Cobb Broxton. And we'll go to the other end. That's the 4th on Reagan. Boy, fouls are really mounting up. That's 4 on Reagan and 4 on Ginger, our 2 leading scorers. And at the line will be number 4. That is Hannah Lena, who is 2 for 2 at the line today.
It is a 1-and-1, so you have to box out.
Lena has 2 points. And she makes it. She'll have one more. Earlsboro on top by 1, 36-35. Four dribbles, spins it, ball on the way, crawled over the front of the rim. Lena with 4 free throws here in the second half to give Earlsboro a 2-point lead, 37-35. Brown down the right side, cutting to the middle. Trying to get the ball to Ginger. Out the front, Riley. Hands it off, tries to get it into Bear, and it's turned over. Someone lost their glasses, I think. Thought someone flew, yeah. She's going to dribble down the floor to one hand, put her glasses on the other. That's quite amazing. Earlsboro with a basketball and a 2-point lead. 3:09 to play. Mustang's going to have to apply some pressure here. Lena, they're running a weave out front now. Looks like they're going to be content to try to burn some clock and get to the free throw line. Bear knocked the pass away over to Riley. Turnover. Here come the Lady Mustangs with a chance to tie or take the lead. There's Silverhorn cutting, and Brown hands it off to Silverhorn. Well, they've shut off their three-point shooting here in the last several minutes. There's Brown over to Silverhorn. Dribbles in the paint, left-handed shot's good. Aaliyah Silverhorn, timeout. Lady Mustangs will keep it here. 39-37, Earlsboro on top by 2. 1:19 to play in the contest. Okay, Blake, what do we do the rest of the way here?
Play it out.
Are we gonna try to trap them? You think? I would assume Earlsboro is going to probably continue to hold the ball as much as they can. Do we go to some sort of a trap defense and try to surprise them, or do we just stay in a tight man?
I feel like we'll probably pick them up a little bit before half court, and you know we've made them turn the ball over.
Yes, yeah, they will turn it over.
Pretty easily. Now, in the first half, Earlsboro was 10 for 24 from the field. Dawn in the third quarter, the fourth quarter, third and fourth quarter, so the second half, they were 3 for 17. Lady Mustangs in the first half were 1 for 16 from the field. In the second half, they were 7 for 20.
Yeah, quite a remarkable change there.
That's the difference.
Down 17 at the half, forced it to overtime, and now we're down 2 with 1:19 to play. Teams have broken the huddles. And we're set to go. It looks like Fort Cobb is going to play a man defense all across the board here. They're going to try to trap the ball.
That was close to a walk.
They will travel with it sometimes if you can get them to fumble it around. Sequeiros going against Bear. Her shot's no good this time. And the ball out of bounds. Sequeiros. What's he going to call? Looked like it went off Fort Cobb, and then you think Sequeiros touched it late. And they're going to give it to Fort Cobb. 1:03 to play. That's one of those calls that could have went either way. It looked like Fort Cobb tapped it, and I guess they say it went off Sequeiro right before the...
If she got it, it was
a whisker,
the very end
fingernail.
of her fingertip.
Yeah. Minute to play. Lady Mustangs down 2 with the ball. Brown at the free throw line, dribbling. Still dribbling, has it tucked, take it away. Earlsboro now with it. 47 seconds to play. We can't stand prosperity sometimes, it seems. There's Kennedy. Crossover into paint, picked up by Bear. 34 seconds to play. Here we come, quickly into the fort. Reagan all the way. Little runner, no good. Rebound, loose on the floor. Travel, I believe, is going to be called as Earlsboro got the rebound and fell down with 25.7 seconds to play. And it will be Fort Cobb's ball along the baseline with a chance to tie or take the lead here. Neither team has any more timeouts left, so you got to get it inbounded here. Silverhorn holding, lobs it out front to Bear. Trying to get it to Rip, finally does. 20 seconds. Brown into the paint, and the ball taken away. Tried to pass it, Kennedy intercepted the pass. 12 seconds, crossing the timeline. Somebody's going to have to foul or something. And they're not fouling, they finally do. Riley Rip will foul with 5 seconds to play. And she fouled. Let's see who they, that is number Zoe second. And at the line, who is that? I can't see, Blake.
23.
23, Lacey Haynes, who has not been at the free throw line today. She has 2 points. And we do have a timeout, apparently. Scoreboard's wrong.
I think they gave both teams 2.
Okay. All right, we'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
Yeah. 39-37. At the line will be Lacey Haynes for Earlsboro. She scored 2 points today. This will be her first trip to the line. She is a senior. Pressure free throws here, Blake. It'll be a 1-and-1, so the Lady Mustangs are going to have to get the rebound and get it up the floor quickly on a miss. Only 5.7 seconds to play. And the first free throw is no good. Silverhorn with the rebound. 4 seconds. Crossover dribble. 2 seconds at the half line, and her heave is no good. And your final score for Earlsboro, the Lady Wildcats 39, and the Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs 37 in overtime, as the dramatic comeback for the Lady Mustangs falls a little short tonight. And their season will come to a close. Congratulations to Earlsboro as they will advance on here in the area tournament. But I got to tell you what, you got to tip your cap to Coach Rogers and Coach Shumpert and these Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs. They gave it their all today. They trailed 24-7 at the half. Just had a terribly cold second period. They didn't score in the second period, but they came out hot, very inspired there in the third period, and scored the first 7 points, I think, of the third period, and the ball game was on, and tied it up and took a couple of 2-point leads, but turnovers late in the game really kind of doomed them here at the end, and like to say congratulations to Riley Rep on a fine career for the Lady Mustangs as she closes out her last ball game for the Lady Mustang. It's always sad whenever the last game comes and you're on the losing end of it, but Riley had a great career for the Lady Mustangs, and this will be her final night for Fort Cobb Broxton, and we thank her for all the great games and great effort that she's put in, and appreciate all these young ladies for the hard work and entertaining thing that they gave us tonight. It was just a great ball game, and appreciate their hard-earned their effort tonight, Blake. It was just when you're down 17 at the half, boy, it looks demoralizing, but boy, they battled back and made a great game of it.
They did. Don, before we get to some of these stats, I just want to say something, and I might get in trouble for this.
Well, let's hope not. Yeah.
But you know, I'm only saying this because that whole team are some of my friends. You know, and I go to school with them. Looking down here, we're sitting above the Earlsboro crowd, and after the game, there was grown adults taunting the girls.
Yeah, that's shame.
You know,
and
you know, I'm okay with if you want to congratulate your own team, that's all fine and dandy. You know, you can root for your own team, but whenever you're going to go out of your way to say goodbye and wave and taunt a high school girls team or a high school boys team, it doesn't really matter. Some kids that aren't even adults yet, you know, that's just not really a smart thing to do.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So anyway, here's your final shooting numbers. Lady Mustangs finished 9 for 39 from the field. They really turned it up in the second half.
Yep.
4 for 18 from 3, 15 for 19 at the free throw line, and that's what kept them in the game.
Yeah.
Down the stretch.
Yeah, you had to talk about Reagan Rep a while there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lady Mustangs finished with 25 turnovers. Earlsboro 14 for 44 from the field, and after going 10 for 24 in the first half, they went 4 for 20 in the second half and overtime. So it really changed the tide. The defense, the pressure that the Lady Mustangs put on them seemed like it really started to work down the stretch. They were 2 for 14 from behind the arc, 9 for 14 at the free throw line, and 21 turnovers. Final scoring for the Lady Mustangs, Clea Silverhorn led them with 11, Reagan Rep 10, and I want to say, how many of those were free throws, Don?
They were all
10
free throws. 10 in a row, never missed. Yep.
Zoe Brown 5 points, Ginger Bear 8, Madison Savage 2, and Riley Rep 1. Like you said, you know, it's sad whenever the seniors, and we only have one, but whenever the seniors have to play their last game, but it's a good thing that it was in this type of environment. It's not that it was in the first game of districts or something like that.
Exactly
so,
right.
Definitely want to salute to all the girls for battling back after being down 17 at half, didn't even score in the second quarter. And I was really hoping there in the fourth that Earlsboro didn't score. At one point, I think they didn't score until about 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So they played most of the fourth quarter without scoring. And I thought, well, you know, we would even it out and then end up winning. We didn't. But that being said, congratulations to Earlsboro moving on. I hope to see everyone at the boys' game. I think we had, I'll go actually look. I'm sure we had close to 2,000 people.
Yeah. Well, they witnessed a great comeback by the Lady Mustangs, I'll tell you. Just can't really say enough about Reagan Rep. She's a freshman. In the biggest game probably, I'm sure, of her life in that first round of the regional or area tournament in a big coliseum here in Stroud, Oklahoma. And she made 10 free throws in a row, never missed one today. And I'm going to tell you, folks, you can go down to the gym tomorrow if you want and try to make 10 in a row. It's difficult to do when no one's around, but much less in an environment like this when they all matter so much. And just got to tip your hat to Reagan. All of the young ladies, for that matter. Kalia made some three-pointers there in the second half, made 3 3-pointers, and Zoe hit a big one. They just, you know, all battled so hard to make this comeback, and you just got to tip your hat to the coaches and the entire Lady Mustang team for such a great comeback. I feel bad that they didn't quite get the victory, but you know, it's a lot to build on for next year, Blake. I tell you, Coach Rogers did a good job with them, and I think you know, Riley is the only senior on the team, so we'll have them all pretty much all of them back next year, and I would think that they'll have some a lot of good vibes for next season. They come in with a lot high expectations for next year.
Don, I want to say one more thing.
All right.
You know, I'm a senior and I'm going to be going to college in the fall, and now I'm sure I'll come back and watch some games. You know,
sure.
I hope I can come back and call some with you.
I hope so too.
Mark my words,
okay.
Everyone listening, Lady Mustangs are going to be in the state tournament within 3 years.
All right. I'm going to mark
you
it.
You can come back to this video whenever they do.
Well,
Say I told you so.
I sure hope you're right, Blake. I sure hope you're right. Putting a lot of pressure on them, but I hope you're right. I
think they're up for it.
I think they're
if
on
they can come back
on
from
the right
17
track.
in the elimination game, they're up for the challenge.
Okay, folks, I guess that about wraps it up here from Stroud, Oklahoma. Sure appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We've enjoyed bringing the ball game to you today. It was sad the way that it came to an end, but it was a great Lady Mustang comeback, and just came up a little bit short today, but we certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. And thanks for tuning in, and I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, Carnegie Fiber, Keystone Foods, Ouachita Valley Bank, T-Bird's Convenience Store, and Shelley Dissey with ABC Superior Realty. I'd like to thank John Bellamy for camera work today, and Caden Baker for our engineering work, and Blake Perryman for all his analysis and statistical work. And appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back with you Monday evening. The Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs will be playing Monday evening at approximately 8 o'clock. They will be taking on the Glencoe Panthers, and that will be for a trip to the state tournament. So we look forward to being back on the air Monday night at 7:45. So we're going to say good night. And from Stroud, Oklahoma, this is Don Tyson saying good night, everybody.